Alright guys, so before we dive into this video, I just want to ask you one thing. If you can do me a small favour and share this video with as many people as possible. I know I don't normally ask you to do that, but because of the topic of this video and the seriousness of it, I'd really appreciate it if you just if you just spread it to as many people as possible, please. Thank you very much. So let's crack on with the video now. Alright people, welcome back to another video. In today's video it's more of a serious video. We're talking about something that is going on at the minute in Cornwall. It's something that could mean the end of somebody's livelihood, essentially, if this thing goes ahead. Now, the link to the petition will be the top link in the description, and I would very much appreciate it if you could sign it, or at least share it for people to sign, because what we're about to discuss, like I said, could mean the difference between someone keeping their livelihood and losing their livelihood. Now, I have footage of this place, but it's currently on a memory card that has been, I wouldn't say corrupted, but it's every piece of hardware that I own, a camera, PC, it's asking me to format the memory card, so I can't access the footage of this place at the moment. But I found some footage online on YouTube of this place, and the owner has very kindly allowed me to use the footage, so I will link his channel in the description box below. I really appreciate it, Richard, thank you very much if you're watching. Now, we're talking about Carn Brea Castle in Cornwall. Now this is a place I've been. It's a Middle Eastern restaurant at the moment, and it's fantastic. I don't know if you'll remember, but when I was down in Cornwall last time, this most recent time, I put a video on Twitter. I was on the roof of this castle, and I did like a panning view of the area, and it was one of the best nights. It was one of the best nights that I've ever experienced. It was so unique. When do you get to have a dinner? When do you get to have dinner in a castle? You know what I mean? And you can walk around the castle. Now, it's not very big, as you'll see from this footage. It's not very big. It sits on top of a hill, but inside it's magical. Inside, it really is. Don't get me wrong, the staircases are narrow, and it's very, you're like, oh, it's a bit narrow, but it's phenomenal. It really is. And when you book this place to have the meal, you don't just get the meal. You know what I mean? You're not just going out for a meal. You're going to experience this place. You're going to have dinner in a castle, and you can walk around, and you can go on the roof, and you can walk around the grounds. It is truly phenomenal. And you'll see in the footage that there's a bit of it. It's kind of built on a rock, and it's amazing. So I want to give you a bit of history about the place before we talk about the issue, and then we'll go from there. So the castle was built as a chapel in 1379, and they think it was built for St. Michael. Over the period of time, it's been extensively rebuilt, and the most recent rebuild was the 18th century by the Bassett family. It was remodeled as a hunting lodge, and then between that period and now, the family that own it now have turned it into a Middle Eastern restaurant. Okay, so the issue that they're having at the moment is the Open Space Society wants to claim the land back around the castle to, for public use, basically, and they want to dedicate it as common land. But if they do that, then it will most likely be that over a period of time the owners will lose the business, because let's take a look at what it means to give land back to the people. The legal definition of this means that to give the land back to the commoners means they they can put livestock on the land, they can take resources from the land like the wood, they can, you know, they can camp on the land, they have free roam of the land basically. And at the moment the owners have they've took it upon themselves to clean the land, you know, to clean the rubbish from the land if there's any, to look after the car park. Now it's not very big. If I don't know if it was on the footage, but it's not a very big car park. It's very secluded. But it means that if they give this land back to the commoners, essentially, then you run the risk of this car park being taken over in the summer by people, being filled up, and slowly but surely, if the people can't run the business, then they're gonna lose it, aren't they? And it's this castle, from what I understand, has been in the family for 20 years plus. So you imagine you've got a business, it's been in your family for over 20 years, and then someone comes along out of the blue and says, I want that land that your business is on, I want to give it back to the people. And you think, oh, you have the potential to lose your business. Now, can you imagine the situation that these people are in? Out of nowhere, this society has come and gone, we're putting a bid in to get the land back from you. And it's like, it's not fair, is it? So I reached out to the owner, and he was quite happy for me to make this video. As far as I'm aware at the moment, like, he didn't get back to me, but as far as I'm aware at the moment, he's got nothing more to add to this apart from, you know, he's just happy for me to do it. I've done this off my own back, you know. I'm not under any contract or anything like that. I'm not under any obligation to do it by the owner. You know, I wanted to do this because I personally have had the experience of his restaurant, and I know how it made me feel, and I know how amazing that place is. So this is just me trying to support him and get his petition out there, you know, to try and block this, because it goes to a meeting on the 30th to decide whether they will get the land back or the owners will get to, you know, will get to keep it. So I'm trying to get this out so there's enough time before that to hopefully build up a bit of support for him. That's the reason why I'm making this, essentially, and that's why I'm asking you to share it with as many people as possible, because it's, like I say, I've experienced this and it's amazing. It really is incredible, and if there's anybody watching from Cornwall and you've experienced this, you'll know how awesome it is. So I just want to try and help him, you know. I want to try and block this bid from going in, so that he can continue his business with his wife, and he can just continue to provide the experience that he provides, essentially. So that's literally the sole reason why I'm making this video. Now I'll put the articles that are related to this in the description box below so you can read for yourself. But, you know, one thing that he mentions in the article is that he's worried that if he does lose the business, then the castle will fall into disrepair. It will get vandalised, because it has been vandalised in the past. It's had all its windows broken, you know, and there's been graffiti everywhere, so it has been vandalised in the past. So he knows for a fact, pretty much, that if he loses this bid to keep the land, then over a period of time he will lose the business, he will lose the castle, and it will get vandalised, and it'll be a sad thing that happens if it does happen. Because you think about it, right? This castle is from the 1300s. It's been built upon, it's been changed. I forgot to mention, right, but there's no electricity in this castle. It's all run from candle. It's all candlelight, essentially. You know, I couldn't tell you how they do the food, but the food is incredible. But there's literally, you know, you can't just walk in and switch a light on. Everything's candle lit. We walked into this hallway, right? I say hallway, it's tiny little entrance with stairs going up, but you walked into it and it had a fireplace. There was candles everywhere. You walked upstairs, candles everywhere on the table. It was, honestly, it was beautiful. So you think about this complete unique experience will be gone forever if this society manages to take the land, literally sweep the rug from underneath them, essentially, is what they're trying to do. And if that happens, you lose all that. You lose the uniqueness about the business, you lose the uniqueness of the whole experience, because like I say, you're not just eating food, you're going to, it's a taste experience in a 13th century building. How awesome is that? And it'd be a shame if he does lose it. It would be a true shame if he does lose it. Having experienced it myself, you know, I want to go and do that again when I go back to Cornwall, and I don't want to I don't want him to lose that, because it's so unique. You know, I really would appreciate it, and I'm sure he would too, if you could share this video with as many people as possible. If you could sign the petition, if you could just even share the petition, that'd be amazing. That's the reason why I'm making this video. And you know, that's all I've got to say really. Just wanted to get my experience of the place out there to give you an idea of what could be gone if they actually go through with this and succeed. So upon a little bit of research just before I end this video, I was under the impression that it was the 30th of this month that the decision goes through. It's not. It's actually the 30th of October that they have the hearing, which is it's good news really, because it means that there's more chance for this, there's more time for this video to get out, there's more time for you to share this video, there's more time for, you know, the petition to get out there, and it gives him more time to get that support behind him. So 30th of October is when the decision will be made, and I will most likely make a part 2 to this video if I can find out the decision. You know, if I can find out what happens, I'll make a part 2 to keep you updated, because not only do I want to know, but if you get invested in this, then I'm sure you'll want to know too. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this. Thank you very much for listening, and you know, I look forward to hopefully him getting a good result. So if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to share it. Like I said, I don't normally ask you. You know, it's entirely up to you what you'd want to do with these videos, because you know, if you enjoy this content, you enjoy it, that's cool. I'm not going to push anything on you, but because this is for somebody else, essentially, I would appreciate it if you could show him support, and you know, just share this video with as many people as possible, so that it can get more traction to that petition link. Feel free to share it with your friends and your family. And once again, thank you very much for listening to me and watching this video, and I will see you when I see you, my friends. See you later.